Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Whoop, just scooting over here. I'm Marianne, nice to meet you. Very grateful to be here with you. I am going to be reading for the second half of October the Tarot, Oracle, and Love Connection readings, all forms of love. And I'm excited. Every single day I will read a featured sign. The featured sign, of course, is what the reading is predominantly for. And what I like to do also is I pick a spiritually guided highlighted connection, which it could be a person you're with or know. It could be someone you don't know yet, or you may very soon get to know. It could be the energy itself. So I'll pick that right off the bat. And I just want to say that the second half of October is completely different in so many ways than the first half, but there are similarities, which I'll explain in a minute. And so today's beautiful featured sign is that of the air element of Gemini. The beautiful Mercury ruled, intelligent, fun, adventurous, mutable, meaning, you know, adaptable, changeable, very changeable, right? The duality of a Gemini can't be mistaken. And I've known many of them in my life. I'm a Libra. Today's my birthday. I have to show you something really quick. It's also the anniversary of starting this channel, so it's a very important and exciting time for me. But check these out. My sister, an Aquarius, fellow air sign, as is Gemini, sent these to me, and they don't even look real. I've never seen anything like them. It's just phenomenal, and they're just so exquisite, as I like to say. But I don't think you can see them in the shot, so I just had to show those off. But anyway, so Gemini, let's see who, you know, Spirit would like you to know specifically about this particular energy I mentioned. And then I read 4 major categories with this highlighted connection in mind, and all of your relationships and love connections, because there's so many different vast types, especially with you. You're very sociable. People tend to want to listen to you. You're incredible when it comes to teaching and speaking and writing. And Sagittarius. Oh my gosh, I love that. I feel like I just did the highlight of Sagittarius recently, but it doesn't matter. Either way, I'm going to do it because it is absolutely phenomenal for you. And I mentioned this in many other videos. Sagittarius is your polar opposite. The two of you had this series of eclipses in the last year and a half, which has actually ended. We're heading into a whole new energy of eclipses, which will be the polarities of Taurus and Scorpio. But that's a whole nother video. Sagittarius was amazing. Actually, guess what? As I'm recording this, Venus went into the sign of Sagittarius. So it's going to be very fun, optimistic, adventurous. Let's have fun. Let's have passion. You know, of course, as a fire sign that Sagittarius is, you're all about all of that. And you work together so well. Air and fire elements are some of the best there are together. So that's a heads up right there for that. That's exciting. And you may, like I said, you may be very long-term involved with the Sagittarius. I would not be surprised. This is a very common connection I see. I've been studying the compatibility with astrology signs since I was 12, and it never ceases to amaze me. So, but if not, maybe somebody's coming in. We just had a new moon in Libra, which is your fellow air sign again. We're in Libra season until the 22nd of October. And also, we're in a retrograde. You're ruled by Mercury. You will feel it most likely more than other elements. Certainly Libra feels it because it's in the sign of Libra. However, it's not, I mean, there's the natural things with Mercury retrograde. There's the misunderstandings, the mix-ups, the slowdowns, and the, you know, just being flexible with your schedule and stuff because changes come about. Transportation could have issues or delays and sort of things. Communication, for sure. Every time I do my videos, it's hard to even speak sometimes, but I do what I can for you. And I always talk faster when I'm doing your element because you just I start to take on your energy. And, you know, you're quick. I know whenever I'm with Geminis, I have to say things faster. I've lost their attention, basically, right? You know, it's true to a point. I don't know about all of you. It depends on so many variables. But I love you, I really do. And the mind, oh my gosh, such creativity, as I said. So yeah, it might have felt slowed down during the retrograde, but it's okay. I'll tell you what, the new moon is going to bring new information, new things. Mars is in a sign of Libra. Once again, anything having to do with your fellow air sign, Aquarius or Libra, from yourself, Gemini, you're going to feel it more than the other elements. It's going to be harmonious and it's going to be working in your favor. Let's just simplify it by saying that. So I liked saying that to you, and I know that that's something we all want to hear. And then we have the full moon happening on the 20th, which is in Aries, which is also a fire sign. And that's the polar opposite of Libra. So there's going to be huge amounts of relationship issues, combinations, romantically, any way you can think about a relationship. It's going to be emphasized because that's something that matters a lot to Libras. That's one of the main characteristics. They love fairness. They're the scales. They're justice. You love fairness. You love justice. You love certainly friendships and love. You have a huge heart. Air signs are known for being detached and kind of not really showing that emotion. We get pretty serious about things. But obviously you have huge emotions and you love deeply. And I've known many Geminis that are very, very, very caring and kind of aloof at times. It's true. It's cool. You always have the best intentions in mind, even if it's a little flighty and changeable. I love you. I really do. And I know a lot of people do. So fun is the key with you for sure. But I'm going to start reading your 4 major categories. And this is going to be, like I said, the second half of October. What else can I mention in astrology? Because it is a changing time. Oh, a lot of the outer planets that have been retrograde have gone station forward. Pluto. This is huge. This is the transformational, energy. And once again, we had Venus go from Scorpio into Sagittarius. We have a moon in Sagittarius. I started to say earlier that while I'm recording this, it's fun. It's adventurous and exciting, but it's dynamic and it's truth-seeking. There's a lot of truth that gets revealed in the time of Sagittarius season, which is, the latter part of November to December, the latter part. And it is, we have the Scorpio season coming next. So that's a depth for sure, and an intensity and a physical and attraction kind of magnetism that's, digging deep, transformational, ruled by Pluto, originally by Mars. So I say both. There's a lot. It's energy that's just, so here the balance of Libra is essential for us right now because it's going to get stronger and more powerful as we end the year. We also have Jupiter going forward on, what is that? It's the 18th, yes, as well as Mercury retrograde in Aquarius, which is beautiful for us as a Libra and a Gemini, okay? Positive things, depending on where it lands in your chart in the house. I really can't speak enough about how there's some really wonderful energies if we choose to use them. I mean, they're there, you can feel them. Some people are very aware and they know it. I like to try to share that with you. But it's always free will, always has been. So the 4 categories, and I am going to mention that I'm using the beautiful OK Tarot deck, a very simple deck. I felt that was needed with the retrograde. But also it's pink in honor of Cancer Awareness Month, the whole month of October. And that's a huge issue in itself, but contributing to that, and for all the cancer survivors, myself included, it's remarkable. I actually lost my sister, it'd be 5 days from today, 2 years ago now, from cancer. And it does run in our family, and I'm a cancer survivor, and she was way younger than I am. So just putting out love and light and trust and faith that we can continue to fight the good fight for cancer and let it have a cause, and let us all put forth the desire for the cause to find the answers and the cures. So the first overall energy is the first category for you, beautiful. I'll be darned. That was in the last category of the last reading, but Page of Wands, okay, fire. Sagittarius, Aries, Leo, emphasis, okay? Excellent for you, like I said. Very, very motivating for you. Very much like the two together create great imagination and ideas and inspiration and just making it happen, forceful, let's get it done kind of stuff, okay? Not thinking too much like we as air signs tend to do. It puts it into place and makes it more tangible, and I love that for you. And of course, the page is a newer energy. It's the beginning of something, perhaps. It's the beginning of an idea or an inspiration or a, entrepreneurial endeavor that you have been thinking about. Forgive my speech. But it feels right. It feels good. It feels animated and positive. And I know this new moon could inspire so many new things, in our lives. I love to write down the intentions, and it'll last throughout the end of the month, in addition to all the other energies coming through. So, yeah, and then we have Pluto that's stationing forward. We'll have Mercury and then Jupiter. So a lot of the outer planets, as well as the, inner planets. So the feeling of slow down and there's like, okay, enough introspection, which is a lot of what retrograde does, is really coming out, okay? So look forward to that, because I know I certainly am. The second category is the possible blessings or obstacles. We have them, right? We all have them. And as I always said, a lot of times the obstacles become our blessings. They become the opportunities, and it don't feel like it at the time it's happening, but it's interesting how life can do that. And if we see it in that perspective, it's also a lot better, right? So the second category of possible blessings or obstacles, another page. Wow, talk about new beginnings, but this is in love. This is in emotion. These are the cups. This is an offer, perhaps, of a love offering of some sort, a friend that wants to share, good times with you, celebrations. You probably have a lot of Libra friends, I would imagine. There's certainly birthdays throughout the month. Happy birthday if it happens to be a Libra friend of yours today. And I know it's John Lennon, God rest his soul, one of my favorite people in the world. He shared my birthday, but yeah, the cups and I don't know, the creativity, once again, it's not just about love, but it is absolutely the water signs. It's Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. Maybe that rings a bell to you somehow, or maybe you have that in your chart, your personal natal chart, and it's coming to the forefront. And you feel it's a blessing because, with a mind like a Gemini, and the constant, conversations of how, always thinking, not really, No, see, it's just showing you do have so much heart and soul. And you do like to combine the two of them. And I think now you've been thinking about it. I think the retrograde, once again, in Libra, about balancing all things, and that includes your emotions. It's been something you've been thinking about, and it feels right. And it could be the useful part of you, bringing that back out, having fun, having some time to play, allowing that to happen. Could be talk of a child, and like I said, this is, it's a big thing for many, many people in the world. There's a lot of people in the world, so there's a certain percentage. This is the phase where that's happening. And that's beautiful. And it is a fertile month as well. So just keep that in mind if that's something you're interested in or you're able to do. 2 pages though, that's interesting. First time I've gotten that in the readings this month for the second half. Well, the third is the category of finances. So yes, it's money. Yes, money's energy. Everything's energy. How are you feeling about it? What are you creating? What are you bringing in? What does the Sagittarius influence have? I haven't forgotten about that. And, and what sparks are being made? What kind of fire are you igniting? Just in that wonderful mind of yours that wants to do everything and anything, right? Just not enough time. Well, you have the beautiful, oh, yes. Okay. The 6 of Wands. Well, this is victorious. This is beautiful. So information, which is the pages, the beginning of something, a new idea, a new inspiration, in fiery kind of energy, and then through the heart, because that's the part that really helps us to create. The emotions bring things into manifestation. That's part of my little spiel with one of my oracle decks I always use. But it's true. There's certain ingredients to make things, and that's essential when you want to manifest. And we all manifest all the time. It's just being very aware and, creating it purposefully. And the 6 of Wands is absolutely beautiful. It is in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. It's depicted of a man on a horse, and he's riding high, and he's getting all these accolades, and he's got this, this beautiful ribbons coming down because people are recognizing him and applauding him, or her, of course. It doesn't matter what the gender is. but it's like victorious over working hard in these ideas and assimilating and working with others and formulating the exact whatever it is you're interested in, the success you're wanting, whatever that means to you. And financially, it's super wonderful, okay? It's like you've reached the pinnacle or the apex, so you're like, oh, thank God. You know, I mean, you could be young and do it. It doesn't have anything to do with that either, but it's just something that has been very, very important to you, and you're there. And it's not stopping now. This is a 6. You get to 10, it's like, you know, well, the 10 is when you need a new cycle because you're overdoing it, but that's another story too. This is beautiful. This is something to feel very, very proud and happy about, you know, and just, I would say elated comes to mind, because it's from hard work. And you know you can work really hard, and I know that you do, and I appreciate you and your efforts. I've met and I've learned a lot from a lot of Geminis, and like I said, the creativity part is very, very strong, very talented in many, many ways. So interested in many things, so they know a lot about things, and you can always talk to them and have great conversations, which I enjoy a lot. So that's beautiful for finances. Final card is surprises and wishes. I love this category because it's, you know, surprises come and they're hopefully good, but sometimes not. You know, Uranus rules Aquarius, and Jupiter's been in Aquarius, and Jupiter is the ruling planet of Sagittarius, the highlighted connection, the benevolent planet that's an expansion and just, you know, over the top, just no boundary, no stopping, there's no endless, it's phenomenal possibilities, opportunities. You know, we have to be careful though, because sometimes it expands everything. So we don't want certain things expanded, we want to be aware of that and not focus on that maybe so much, or overindulge in any area specifically. So, but overall it's wonderful energy, and especially in Aquarius. And so, yeah, it just keeps getting better, and we deserve that. Oh my gosh, we've been through a lot, and we still are going through a lot. So yeah, these new ideas are coming because of things that have maybe had to be let go, job changes, you know, losses, disappointment, you know, all those things create the ideas for new to come, which I love. It's an ever-ending cycle of that we can always have if we choose to do that, and not just, you know, never give up, right? Never give up and believe in our abilities. So let's see what this, well, I was saying Uranus is the ruling planet, and that's also, along with Jupiter, just freedom and out-of-the-box thinking and just unbelievable changes and quick surprises from nowhere. Last year was one of them. Ooh, okay, I love it. The 2 of Pentacles. It looks as though there's a definite partnership in the mix. Love, work, friend, what have you. It doesn't matter. But it feels like you're balancing it, and that's essential during the Libra season. And that's what I think you've really been focusing on. When it's been a little slower, you've had the time to do so, because you're usually up and going and moving all the time. And when you stop, you're like, okay, I don't particularly like stopping, but now that I am, let me think and let me feel and take in these energies and the messages that are coming through. And it just tells me you've got it handled. You know, you're on top of this. As this, well, the 6 of Wands certainly represents that, but as far as money, and the coins represent practical, you know, tangible things in our lives, our home, our food, our sustenance, our families, you've got this under control. And that's beautiful. It's a good place to be, because, you know, we have our ups and downs, and we all do, we all experience that, but it looks as though you've got it on an even keel, and there's some victory there, and new ideas are coming through. And I would love to be able to share more with you as the months go on. If you like what you're seeing, please do hit the like button, subscribe, and share, because it's a great way to support me on my channel. And, you know, YouTube likes it too, because I do the algorithms, and without that, my channel doesn't grow, and I would love it to grow. And I'd love to do personal readings. That's all part of my intention. I am a massage therapist, so I'm just doing this for free, and have been the last, over a year. Well over a year, 2 years. And so, yeah, it would just be beautiful. And I like to put that out there. So I'm going to read your last 2 oracle messages. Get you going on your way, because I know time is money, and time is energy, and time is very important. something I'm learning more and more about as I keep getting these birthdays under my belt. Luckily, I do have them, though. That's the best part, and I feel great, and I'm excited. I'm going to go and be with my family shortly. And it's an amazing day today. They have the Blue Devils. They have a few beautiful games, the Giants, and I don't remember what, Warriors. So it'll be interesting getting to where we're going. But I'm going to read to you the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. Special message for you, beautiful Gemini, and all your relationships. For you, specifically the second half of October, and it's the Metal King. So let me read further. Discipline, armor, and boundaries. Well, that's essential. That's also a huge, important aspect of the Libra because, you know, with all people, we all need to establish that. I find for myself, it was harder to, I don't like conflict. I don't like to, you know, upset the apple cart, as it were, and back in the day saying, but it's just, you got to be real and you got to be truthful. You got to be true to yourself. And that's what I'm learning more and have learned more. And it's beautiful because that's what people respond to. And that's what you want anyway. And it works out beautifully just because you are being real and authentic and truthful. And you set those boundaries, and then you don't have to question it, or, you know, people question what you mean or what didn't you say or so forth. It's real. It's out there. And it just works better for everybody's happiness, you know, and that's the ultimate goal. So for you, this is number 37, which is a 10. So it's a new cycle. It's a beginning yet again. And there's a lot of that being shown here with the pages, which is the new. Victorious is also wonderful. It could be new in anything, right? And I love that for you. So I will read to you what it says before I end your reading, Gemini. The Metal King is strong and arrives to lend you his impenetrable shield of protection. No matter who sends you criticism or jealousy, you will not be hurt. And we know that exists in the world, and it's hard to imagine at times, especially when you have a full heart and you really just want to love and care for people, and you're not judging or thinking, oh, you're better and I'm not, and none of that goes into it, hopefully in the higher energy levels, which is what I like to read about and for, and encourage in all of us. This ally also prompts you to think about, setting healthy boundaries. When you do, no matter how uncomfortable that task may be, everyone will benefit. He asks you to make sure you know where you end and another begins. That makes so much sense to me. I hadn't thought about that in a long time, but I certainly can relate to that. I'm sure you can as well. Others' emotions are not yours, no matter how empathetic you may be. Another of the Metal King's messages is to remind you how important it is to have a healthy sense of self-esteem. It's a good time to shine and be proud of what you have accomplished, and that's for darn sure. And that's what that Six of Wands, is saying. And it's beautiful. And, you know, yes, like I said, we have our ups and downs, but this is a time to shine. You have so many beautiful, harmonious and complementary planetary aspects and energies working for you. You want to grab them and embrace those as much as you can at this time. I am going to finish with your Super Attractor Manifestation Oracle message. This is, once again, creating the life you want, manifesting it by, yes, thinking the idea, but then bringing the emotional part completely to the forefront and feeling it as much as you can and believing in it as much as possible and putting that out into the universe, and that therefore is what comes back. It really is that simple, but it has to be real and it has to be a good feeling. I mean, it could be bad, but you'll bring bad energies in. I don't think you want that. So I love this deck, and I also like to say that it can be an affirmation or a mantra, because if you say things enough, I found, and have been doing for years, chanting, whatever you want to call it, your energy changes. You feel it changing, and it's beautiful, especially when you're saying positive things. You know, it's like make it till you fake it, but not really, because you actually are feeling that way. You are lifted, and you do notice that, and that's exactly what you put out. So, yeah, it's really wonderful. Life is wonderful. And I'm grateful to have you here. But I'm going to say for your last message that, oh, look at this gorgeous heart beautiful chakra. And it looks as though it has both the new and the full moon that's approaching. As soon as I choose to see the light in the dark corners, my power toward, I redirect my power toward what I want. Absolutely. Let's bring out the light, you know, even on the days that aren't light, sunshiny and so forth. There's always light to be had. We are light beings, okay? And we actually do, what is the word when you emit, I suppose? Light. Shine your light bright, because you've got it, boy. I can totally vouch for that. And I appreciate, once again, you spending the time. I hope you liked your reading. I hope you resonate. If you don't right away, sometimes it takes a while. Or you can read your, watch your moon, rising / ascendant sign, or Venus, because they can actually have more information or resonance to you for sometimes. So either way, have a beautiful, beautiful day. I appreciate you and love you. Take good care until next time. Bye for now.